Today's workout is for Parshat Vayakel. So the Torah portion for this week is sort of part two of something that we did a few weeks ago. If you remember, Parshat Truma was the instructions for the building of the tabernacle. That was the tent, the space where the children of Israel would be worshiping during their years of wandering in the wilderness. And then the following Torah portion, Titzavet, talks about some of the furnishings, but mostly the vestments that the priests were supposed to wear. So in Vayakel and Pekude, which is next week's Torah portion, all of those things that were commanded back in Truma and Titzavet are actually done in this week's Torah portion. So they sound very much like these other two Torah portions, but this is, rather than the instructions, it's showing that they actually did do it. Usually these two Torah portions are read together. Vayakel Pekude is a double portion. This year, because we are in a leap year, we got some extra Shabbases that we gotta find Torah portions for. So it's split in two. Now, the other thing that's significant is that it is also Shabbat Shekalim. So this is the first of four special Shabbatot leading up to Passover. Each one of them has its own special Haftarah. So if you were like in denial about Passover, you can't be in denial anymore, because here's Parshat Shekalim. Okay, so this is reminding the children of Israel about the obligation that they had to give a half shekel each year. And that was not only for the upkeep of the tabernacle and then later the temple in Jerusalem, but it was also a way to conduct a census of the people, so we'd know how many people there were. So that is Shabbat Shekalim. So a part of our Torah portion, part of our workout today will be having to do with Vayakel, the other part having to do with Shekalim. So the first thing that we have is a Tabata. So this is a timed workout. And at the very beginning of the Torah portion, as the children of Israel are about to begin working on the construction of the tabernacle, God says, don't forget, you shall work 6 days, but on the seventh day you will have off as a holy day to the Lord. You can imagine the people were so excited to build the tabernacle that they're like, we're going to work on it every day until it's done. And God's like, no, you got to take a day off. And in addition to that, this connection between those verses at the beginning of Vayakel and everything that happens afterwards is the basis for all of the Shabbat commandments that we have about things that we can do and things that we cannot do. Anything that went into the construction of the tabernacle is not permitted on Shabbat. So like sewing and constructing, and everything fits under 39 different categories that went into the construction of the tabernacle. So if you wonder where all these crazy Shabbat rules came from, it's Parshat Vayakel. So our workout is Tabata. We're going to work for 6 days, which means we're going to do a 24 seconds of exercise. Then we get a 10-second break. Then we're going to go into the next one, and we're going to do 6 cycles. The seventh one will be a rest period of 24 seconds. So I will walk you through it. The exercises that we have are alternating toe touches. So standing up nice and tall, straight back, touching. Now, I've got pretty tight hamstrings, so I can't get down all the way to my toes. Maybe by the last round, I'll be able to do it. The next thing we have is a high knee march. So high knee march, if you want, you can add that you can touch with the opposite hand or even with the opposite elbow or the opposite forearm. The third exercise we have is hopping kicks. So this is just hopping like this. Now, you can just do a forward kick if you want. I'm going to be adding in also kicking out to the side in 3 directions: forward, diagonal, out, and out. Everybody knows I love these. Then we've got reciprocal bicep curls. One dumbbell up, one dumbbell down like this. 6th exercise is curtsy lunges. So this is like this and like this. If you have difficulty getting down that far, just do 1 foot behind, the other foot behind. But ideally, you want to be able to get down like this. All right, so those are 6 exercises. The only one that you're going to need a dumbbell for is, oh no, I skipped one. The other one we have is a let me get my dumbbells here, is a dumbbell lateral transfer. The dumbbell lateral transfer, you have your dumbbell in one hand, you're going to transfer it to the other hand, back and forth, okay? So those are our 6 exercises: toe touches, high knee march, hopping kick, bicep curls, lateral dumbbell transfer, and alternating curtsy lunges, okay? So today's musical selection, I apologize to Susanna, who was with us yesterday. It's going to be the same music. It's Red Carpet. It's music from the movies. Hold on just a second. There we go. All right, we're going to start out just getting ourselves warmed up. First thing we've got is a dynamic back stretch. This we're not timing. This is just getting ourselves warmed up. Straight arms, nice and gentle. Try not to bend your elbows. Try to keep those arms as straight as you can, because when you bend the elbow, it releases the stretch. All right, let's do some grapevines. So this is a hora step. Get those legs warmed up, get that heart pumping. Got to get ready for that dancing we're going to do at Purim. I actually have a wedding that I'm going to in April, so I'm going to get ready to dance at that wedding too, hopefully. All right, from here we've got our arm circles. Just warming up those shoulders. Okay, let's reverse the direction. All right, and we're going to finish up with some quick feet. This is just a little quick jog in place. All right, have a little bit of water. And then we're going to start our Tabata. And this Tabata is going to have 6 rounds. All right, so we have a 10-minute warning, excuse me, a 10-second warning. And our first exercise is alternating toe taps. And each exercise, I'll give you warning. All right, alternating toe touches. 3, 2, and 1. Keep a nice straight back here. Don't hunch forward, look straight ahead. There we go, looking nice. All right, take a rest here. Our next exercise is our high knee march. 3, 2, and 1. All right, looking good, everybody. All right, 10-second break. Our next exercise, hopping kicks. 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going forward, then 45 degrees, then out to the side. And again, you can modify without the hop. All right, we're gonna grab a light dumbbell now. I'm using a 5-pounder for our lateral dumbbell transfer. You could use a 2 or a 3 as well. Here we go. Hand the dumbbell back from one hand to the other. Bring your shoulder blades together behind your back. It's an amazing stretch for the chest here. All right, grab some dumbbells for reciprocal bicep curls. One arm up, one arm down. Keep your core engaged here. Don't go like this. Keep that belly button pulled back towards your spine. Shoulders back. Chest up. Make your biceps do all the work. All right, put your dumbbells down. And it's time for our alternating curtsy lunges. So for these, you want to keep your torso upright. Don't lean forward like this. All right, now we've got a 24-second break here. So have some water if you'd like. And then we're going on to round 2. All right, let's get ready for alternating toe touches, beginning in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, straight back here. You're going to feel a nice stretch across the back of your legs. Look straight ahead. Don't look down at the floor.
Don't forget it. It's just a silly face I'm going through. So if I call you.
All right, take a break here. Our next exercise is our high knee march. 3, 2, and 1. And remember, you don't need to do the elbows. You can do hands, or you can just do it without. I like to do it this way because not only do I get the high knee march, but I also get a spinal rotation. And anytime we can cross our center line, it's really good for not only for our body, also really good for our brains. Okay, now we've got our hopping kicks. 3, 2, and 1. Wow, Florence, those are some high kicks there. Wow. All right, take a break. Go ahead and grab a lighter dumbbell. Excuse me, we've got our reciprocal bicep curls first. Make sure that core is engaged here. All right, now you're going to grab a lighter dumbbell for our lateral dumbbell transfer. Go! I like to toss my dumbbell from hand to hand rather than doing a handoff. But you got to be careful that you don't drop the dumbbell or let it go flying and smashing your TV set. right, take a rest here. And now it's time for our curtsy lunges. Remember, torso perpendicular to the ground. This is a great exercise for our glutes and for our quads, two of the important muscle groups that help us with really good walking. All right, take a break here. We've got 24 seconds. Okay, let's get ready for round 3. Alternating toe taps in 7 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Such an amazing stretch for the hamstrings here, which all of us need. As we age, our hamstrings get tighter. We gotta make sure we keep them nice and loose. Otherwise, it impedes our ability to walk correctly. All right, take a break here. Time for our high knee march. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get ready for our hopping kicks in 3 directions. Remember, you don't need to hop. You can just go like this without the hops if you need to. When you see nothing else. All right, take a break here. Grab your dumbbells for your reciprocal bicep curls. Grab a lighter dumbbell now for your dumbbell transfer. 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a rest here. Time for curtsy lunges. All right, 24-second break here. Have some water. I don't know about you, but we're halfway through, and I'm feeling it. I'm schwitzing. All right, so in 10 seconds, we've got round 4 starting. Alternating toe taps. Go! here. It's time for our high knee march. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get ready for hopping kicks, round 4. 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab your dumbbells for our bicep curls. Remember, real important here to keep that core engaged. Belly button pulled back to your spine, shoulders back, chest up. We don't want to get our back involved here. We're going to end up with back pain. All biceps and shoulders here. All right, grab your lighter dumbbell now for your dumbbell transfer. 2, 1. Woo! You feeling this? All right. It's time for our curtsy lunges. This moves real fast here. Looking good, everybody. All right, 24-second break here. Have some more water, 2 more rounds to go. Got an elevated heart rate here. Susan, I see you keep moving, that's awesome. All right, let's get ready for round 5. Alternating toe touches. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, so that you keep that back straight, look straight ahead instead of looking at the floor. All right, take a little break here. It's time for our high knee march with a twist. 3, 2, and 1. All right, looks good, everybody. All right, we're at my favorite, hopping kicks. 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab your dumbbells for your bicep curls. 2, and 1. Activate that core. Okay, grab your lighter weight now. 3, 2, and go. Remember, we want to try to get those shoulder blades to meet behind our back. Nice stretch across the chest. All right, and finally, last one in this round, curtsy lunges. All right, take a rest. We've got just one more round. All right, last round of alternating toe touches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Definitely in this last round, feel like I'm reaching much further because we've really stretched out those hamstrings. So when you do this, make sure that your tush comes out a little bit too. All right, timey march. All right, last round of hopping kids. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab your heavier dumbbells for your bicep curls. Take a break here. Grab your lighter dumbbell. All right, here we go. Finishing up with our last set of curtsy lunges. Go!
you find your center, you are sure to win. The slide is pale, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I've been the man out of you.
All right. Wow. What a tabata that was. All right, have some water. Woo! Mazel tov, everybody. Actually, a yisher koach on that. All right, the second part of our workout is going to be a tribute to Parshat Shekalim. So back in the day, how did people measure? You were supposed to give a half shekel, right? How did they measure how much a person had? They used scales, right? Like this, just like the scales of justice, right? So the scale has to balance. If you got a half shekel here and a half shekel here, it should be like this. If you got a half shekel here and a quarter shekel here, it's going to be like that, right? So since we're all concerned about balance, guess what we got? We're going to do some balance exercises. Oh, yes. We haven't done these in a long, long time. Really, really good and really important for us. So we're going to go through a round of these. We'll see how much time we have and figure out whether we do a second round or not. So we're going to start out. Very first thing that we have is an exercise called rock the boat. So let me demonstrate that to you. Let's everybody get standing up. Okay, so for rock the boat, well, let me just adjust this a little bit. Rock the boat, you're rocking back and forth. Your feet actually do come up off the ground. Now, if you're really uneasy about your balance, just bring your foot off the floor a tiny bit. If you're a little bit more confident, you can really push yourself to go from side to side. So we're just going to do these for about 30 seconds. And this is not about speed, it's about getting yourself as far off to the side and then bringing yourself back. So the thinking here is that a lot of times the reasons why we fall when we get off balance is because we're unable to get ourselves back. But if you train your body that when you're off balance here that you need to come back this way, it can help you to avoid a fall. All right, about 10 more seconds. You might feel these in your glutes as well. Nice save, Florence. I saw that one. All right. Now we're going to do an exercise called ankle sways. So ankle sways, let me just adjust this a tiny bit. Ankle sways, you're standing with your feet together, maybe 4 or 5 inches between your feet. What you're going to do is you're going to put all your weight into your toes or into the balls of your feet, and then all your weight into your heels. Balls of your feet, heels. Now you're not doing this or this. It's all down here below the ankles. So again, we're not going to count these out. We're going to do about 30 seconds of the ankle sways. And challenge yourself. Your feet, your toes, and your heels don't necessarily need to come up off the floor. But if you feel confident enough to do that, go right ahead. We're not doing calf raises here. Just rocking back and forth. This is the ankle sway. Some people find this to be very difficult. Other people find it to be a piece of cake. If you're finding it to be pretty easy, try to put your weight as far forward when you go on your balls and as far back on the heels. Really challenge yourself here. Do about another 10 seconds. Whoa! All right, now we've got a tandem stance. We're going to do a 30-second tandem stance. If you have issues with balance, you might want to have a piece of furniture, a chair, or a wall next to you. Tandem stance is one foot right in front of the other. You're going to try to put your weight equally on both feet. So we're starting with our right foot in front. Doesn't matter which foot you start with in front. You're going to put the heel of the right foot up against the toe of the left foot, and then we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. All right. So let's get ourselves into position. Everybody ready? All right, let's do it. So one of the things that people feel tempted to do is get your hands up here. The lower your hands are, the lower your center of gravity, the easier it is to maintain this. If you just sort of like go with the flow, you're okay. But then if you start thinking about it, is when it gets wobbly. All right, take a break here. Now, if your right foot was forward, we're going to switch it so now that your left foot is forward. So right toes are touching the back of the left foot. All right, on our mark, get set, and go. Standing nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down your back. Shoulder blades down your back. Whoa. The more you relax those shoulders, the lower your center of gravity. I know, it's not as easy as it looks, right? All right, that was 30 seconds. Okay, the next exercise that we have is a single leg balance and hold, or also known as a single leg stance. This is basically balancing on one foot. Now, if you need a chair or a piece of furniture or a wall nearby, feel free to do that. I'm going to give you very specific instructions on how to do this. By the way, our goal here is to enable each of us to be able to balance on each foot for 30 seconds unassisted. All the research shows that if you can do that, your chances of falling go down dramatically. So this is something we want to work on, and it's something that you can practice at home. All right? So we're going to start by balancing on our left foot. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put all your weight into your left foot. So you'll see when I do that my body is going to shift to the left, right? All your weight there. Relax your shoulders, shoulder blades down your back, then lift up your right foot. Now, it doesn't need to be all the way up here. You can just lift it like a half an inch off the floor. And we're just going to hold it. I'm going to hold it up a little bit higher. Now, if you find that you can't do this, try doing it with a hand resting on a piece of furniture or a chair. And then when you feel like you've got the confidence, take that hand off. Or just rest it gently, maybe 2 fingers, maybe 3 fingers. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. We're going to put all our weight into the right foot. Our body's going to shift over. Relax your shoulders, bring your shoulder blades down your back, and then lift up your left foot. Wow, I am a lot more wobbly on my right than I am on my left today. This used to be one of my most difficult things to do. I started taking a yoga class. You can see I'm still having a hard time. And I learned how to do this. Just took lots and lots of practice. Now I can do this. Right? All right, good work. All right, we're going to finish off our workout today with a lower body adductor, hip abductor, and single leg quad press. So everybody needs to find a good chair to sit in. Susanna knows this exercise because we do this one. So we've got 30 seconds for each of these exercises. Adduction means you're bringing your knees together, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take two fists. You can, by the way, do this sitting on the floor as well. You're gonna take your two fists, place them between your knees, and then you're gonna squeeze your knees so that you're like crushing your fists. All right? And we're gonna do this for 30 seconds. On your mark, get set, and squeeze. So you're gonna feel this on the inner thigh, and you may also feel it in your hips, and maybe a little bit in the glutes. Make sure you keep on breathing in good posture here. Don't lean forward. All right, take a break here. Now we're going to do the same thing, but instead of our hands being here, we're going to bring our hands around here, and we're going to push our knees together, but we're going to resist so that our knees don't come together. You want to make sure you leave a space here. So push and then resist. On your mark, get set, and push. Again, good posture, and don't hold your breath. Keep on breathing. This is a very easy exercise to do at home. So this one you may also feel in your chest and in your upper back because you're using your hands to push. But you should also feel this in your glutes. All right, take a break here. Last two exercises, actually one exercise here, is our single leg quad press. You're going to take two hands and place them on top of your right quad, just behind your knee. Don't have them on your knee, behind your knee. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lift up your foot off the ground, and at the same time you're going to press down, but don't let your foot touch the ground. It's way harder than it looks. On your mark, get set, and go. So your foot doesn't need to be way up off the ground. Mine is maybe a foot, like an inch or 2 inches off the ground. Good posture here. Don't lean forward. Keep your shoulders back. And whatever you do, keep on breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, and take a breather here. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. On your mark, get set, and go. So if you do this exercise by yourself every day, a couple of rounds for 30 seconds, you'll notice a big difference on the leg strength, which is really important for balance. It's not just learning how to train yourself to balance. It's about making sure that the muscles in your lower body are strong enough to support it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for today. Great workout. Wonderful to see you. Again, make sure you tell your friends that we're doing this. We're going to do this. We're definitely going through Wednesday. Purim is actually a Wednesday, but we're going to go through Purim, and then we'll make a decision on whether to go forward. I'm happy to do it. I'm just thrilled to see you guys here. And but let your friends know, because the more people we have joining, the more likely it is that that the show will continue to do this. So that's my own little plug right there. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Drink plenty of water. This was, I mean, it didn't seem like a crazy workout except for the beginning, right? So, all right. Have a good Shabbos, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy Vayakel and Shabbat Shikalim.